I was up late last night. I fell into, I'm not going to call it a doom scroll because I happen to think scrolling on Etsy is actually quite joyful. So I was on a joy scroll on Etsy last night that kept me up till about 2 in the morning. And then my kids woke up at 2 in the morning and I've just been awake. All that to say, I regret nothing. I found a lot of incredible things. Most of these things are sewing patterns, but don't let me lose you yet, okay? Listen, even if you're not into sewing, you don't even own a sewing machine, I feel like this is really good inspiration just for the season ahead. There's some good holiday gifts in here, occasion wear inspiration. So this is not just a sewing video. I think this is for everybody. I'm still kind of like buzzing off of the high I got from saving all of these listings. So I just need to let it out. I just need to get it out of my body and share it with you. So that's what we're doing. Wait, don't look at all of this. It's supposed to be a surprise. To give you all some context, one of my friends is getting married in December and it's going to be a very classic black tie wedding. It's at the end of December, so very holiday coded. I always do this where I get just a vision in mind of what I want to wear to something and then it doesn't exist or I can't find the exact version of it. And now that I can sew, I'm like, okay, well, the world is my oyster. I had found this really beautiful mauve satiny silky material. It was a bed sheet that I thrifted. I was like, this would be such a beautiful dress. It's a really beautiful color. It's not too light colored that it would be inappropriate for a wedding. I think it would really lean almost like ballerina nutcracker. I kind of was inspired by all of the slip dresses going on right now. I wanted something kind of sleek. I really liked the idea of doing a high neckline halter and then having a little detail here at the neck. I just think that's like such a pretty and classic look. And it felt like an easy enough silhouette that I could possibly create. So this was one of the first patterns I found. This is the Sally Beginner Slip Dress. I just think this is such a classically beautiful silhouette and I believe it's cut on the bias. So it's just got an incredible drape to it and it sort of has that slip dress feel, although it does have this tie in the back. If I did make this dress, that's something I probably wouldn't include. I like the sleekness of the dress itself. I just thought there were so many fun things you could do with this. Like you could add trim to any of the seam lines. You could add ruffles. You could add feathers. You could add lace. You could add like a little rosette here to the bust line at that triple point. I've made a top with a triple point like that before, and it was really tricky to get them to line up perfectly. So I feel like that would be a really good way to cover up any mistakes, obviously. Since the wedding is black tie, I was thinking I would probably lengthen the dress so it's more of a maxi. I didn't end up choosing this one, but I still think this is a really, really beautiful option. Okay, so next is sort of the ideal dress I was looking for. This is the Soleil dress by the same pattern maker, Thrills and Stitches. This has the high neck halter that I was talking about. The halter straps across the back are so spaghetti strap thin. I think that's so beautiful. The back is kind of lower. It is a zipper, which I'm a little bit nervous about. I've never done a zipper. It definitely has more of a circle skirt construction, so it's just got a lot more material there. This feels a lot more 1950s of a silhouette, and I was going for more of a like 1920s, 1930s, very sleek silhouette. So that was the only thing that was a drawback for me. She does refer to it as a sundress and recommends using cottons and linens, which is kind of the opposite of what I would be using. But I did end up purchasing this one. I think I'm going to Frankenstein it with another pattern that I'll show you in a little bit. I just love this top so much. Even if I don't end up using it for this wedding guest dress, I will definitely use it in the summertime to make a sundress like it suggests. I think this is so cute and so much fun. This is another contender. This is the foxglove dress by Studio Sado. It's also a dress that's cut on the bias. I just love all of the details here. I don't think this one has a zipper, if I remember correctly. I feel like this one has the potential to be so beautiful as an occasion dress, but you can obviously make it out of like a linen or a cotton material like she has on, and it still looks like an occasion dress actually. Really beautiful for the holidays, especially this red color is just really stunning. It's a really stunning color on her specifically too. This is such a perfect dress for fall and winter. The layering potential is really good because it has a very sleek waistline, so you could easily wear a sweater over this and not have too much bulk around the waist, and it would look really beautiful. I think the skirt on this is stunning, like the cut of it. It's just so well thought out, and it is a bestseller. She has a lot of really good reviews, so I'm excited to try this one out eventually. Okay, this silhouette was exactly what I was looking for the wedding. I love the seam waistline and how it cuts down. I think it's called a basque waistline. The crisscross is so cute at the top. I would prefer to have that be like closed off. I don't know. I just have my mind set on this one type of silhouette. And so that part isn't ideal for what I want, but I still think it's so, so beautiful. This one I did end up buying. I also had to have this Bolero's jacket situation. As soon as I saw that, it was a done deal for me, because one of the things I was struggling with, not struggling with, that's so dramatic, but what kind of covering I was going to wear, because even though it's going to be inside, obviously, and I'll probably wear like a fur jacket or something like that over it, I wanted just like a little shawl or a little something extra that just made it feel a little bit more black tie, a little bit more formal, just a little bit different than just wearing a sleeveless gown. This was the perfect answer to that. Obviously, these super gorgeously draped sleeves are not ideal for what I'm going for. I think it's meant to be like a Renaissance fair cosplay situation. My vision for this is to cut the sleeves off here, so there's still a little bit of a frill. I think it looks really pretty with the crisscross cut on hers. But if I'm gonna hack this and make this a higher neckline, I don't know that I'm gonna love the way that looks. So it's something I'm gonna have to play around with a little bit. And I still haven't fully decided if I'm going to hack this top or not, because my plan, my vision is to take the Soleil top bodice and mesh it with this bodice by extending it to have this basque cut. But I'm gonna make a mock-up of a few different versions. So anyway, I feel like this piece would be so, so cool for like an overlay jacket for any of your occasion dresses for the holidays, a holiday dinner or a work party or something. I think it's such a beautiful, classy way to cover up a little bit more. I feel like in the wintertime, I'm not insecure of my arms, but I'm just kind of like not wanting to show them because it just feels a little summery. It gets really cold in like true winter weather where I am, so it just feels a little off. Also from Kiana, I found this dress, which is like a huge bell sleeve mini dress with a keyhole front. I'm thinking about purchasing this one to make for a holiday party dress. I would maybe lengthen the dress a little bit for a work party, but I think this could be so cool. And in like a velvet or something could make it so wintry. Another zipper piece, both of these. So I'm gonna have to buck up, but I'm really excited about the idea of those. Okay, just some more dress patterns. A lot of these I think would be great for fall and winter, but also in the spring and summer, so you can really get more bang for your buck. This one's the Blair dress. I think the plaid is kind of selling me on the fall winter vibes here. I think with a turtleneck underneath this could be so cute. This has such a classic vintage vibe to it. And the lace up in the back is so, so good too. The cut is really pretty. The scoop neck in the back, I'm just such a sucker for that. This is like a wool, I think she's done this in. Like, that's so beautiful. But obviously you could do it in a more cotton material for the summertime. This one is high on my list if I have time to make multiple holiday dresses. Okay, I think this kind of a dime a dozen for as far as patterns go on Etsy. I feel like there are a lot of these kind of puff sleeve, very cottagecore, drawstring style tops. But something about this one really stood out to me. This looks like it was made out of a bed sheet or something, like with that embroidery at the bottom. I think it's so cute. This obviously is very nightgownish looking, but I think again, for the holidays, that's such a pretty vibe. Like for Christmas morning to have something like this to wear, if you're gonna make matching PJs for your family and you want something just a little different, maybe not pajama pants, this could be such a pretty option. If you have a mom or grandma that you're looking for gifts to make, I think this would be so pretty as well. You could easily make this out of thrifted materials, bed sheets, whatever. And because it's so flowy and drapey, it would be pretty easy to size people if you have like a general idea of what their sizing is like. It could be pretty forgiving in that way, especially with the drawstrings too. I can make an entire video on Etta Designs patterns. So let's just let this be the Etta Design portion of this video. She has some of the most incredible patterns I've ever seen. They're so creative. They're so different. So I just wanted to highlight a few of my favorite. This Marta dress has the prettiest ruffle detailing. It has these godets that make a really swishy skirt, the ruffled hem. It's got an overlay to it as well. It's just got a very classic vintage look, but somehow looks so modern. And again, I think for the holidays, this would be such a stunning piece to have. Okay, talk about a holiday dress. Maybe it's just the plaid, but this one is such a cool take on the classic puff sleeve dress. Just these very classic kind of cottage dresses that are in style right now. But this one is like split at the bodice and asymmetrical, and it's even asymmetrical at the hem. So it just looks kind of edgier and just so interesting. This is what the drawing looks like. Like how cool. How cool for like a holiday event. You're the cool aunt. You're the cool cousin. Okay, this dress, so good. I think her material choices are incredible. Part of what's really selling me, I love this taupey linen. I love the seashell button there. Oh, I should be making the pictures bigger this whole time. Sorry about that. Another one, such a classic silhouette. It just has like a little keyhole, but then it has these little, I'm gonna call them stepsister Cinderella puffs on the side. It is so, so cool. The jasmine dress. I love that button detail. You guys know I'm not a fan of blazers and blouses, but her pieces have made me rethink everything. She has this Celine blouse. It's like a take on a blouse slash blazer look. Has the little peplum waist. I don't love these brown buttons, but how good is this? It has obviously a very vintage, tailored look to it, but also kind of clownish, which I love. I would 100% wear this. Look at this blouse. You're joking. This really interesting, like asymmetrical detail. It's still so professional looking. It's still so classy looking, but it's just cool. And I feel like it's cool in a classic way. It's not trying to be too trendy, like yassifying a blazer or a blouse. It's just really, really chic. And I'm so inspired by that. Look at this one. It's so good. I love all the seaming detail and how it's like corset structure. I like how it's like just at the top there and it really adds to that peplum shape. This paneled mini dress, again, something you could probably easily find, but you could just tell the way this is designed is so thoughtful. The super low, but not too low, scoop back. And then the seaming detail at the bust line. This is a good mini dress. Just look at these at a glance. Like, don't you want to just open all of these up? Oh, these bloomer pants. I mean, these are exactly what I was looking for all year long. I couldn't find the right ones. New, thrifted, vintage, nothing. I could not find this exact silhouette, and this is exactly what I wanted. I'm in love with that. This Creta jumpsuit with the built-in skirt detail. How fun is that? There's the drawing. Like, is that not that's me right there. That's like my uniform. I feel like that should be my uniform. Oh my gosh, what is this one? GG dress. I hadn't seen this one before. Stop it right now. This is so cool. This is what I want to see more of. Look at the drawing. So good. Sorry, I need to be making these pictures bigger. If you don't like holes, you probably won't like this one. This is probably definitely, yeah, advanced sewer, difficulty high. I haven't been paying attention to that on these ones. Probably a lot of them are like that. Look at this, Rhodes dress, okay? Look at the back, got a little zip, has the little tie that goes across. But like this dress is so classic Etsy. Like I feel like there's a lot of dresses that look like this, but just that little design feature is so different and so much cooler. I could spend hours going through this. And I feel like she's very of the times. Like, look at this skirt is definitely Chloe inspired. And same with like this blouse top. That is 100% a Chloe inspired top. And I apologize if this is really redundant for people that already know, but I just thought it was worth sharing. Okay, so this still relates to the dress, so just bear with me. I promise we'll get off of it. One of the things, like I mentioned, I wanted to incorporate into this high neck halter was some sort of rosette or floral detail, like right where the straps meet the top of the neck. Since it's winter time, a rose could be a really pretty option, but I also love the idea of doing an edelweiss. My dad used to sing me edelweiss as a lullaby from The Sound of Music, and I sing it to my sons. And I feel like a really cool Edelweiss brooch could be something I could wear other than just on this dress. I could carry it into the holidays. It could be something special I just have. I was really looking for something really cool and vintage. Etsy's probably not the #1 place to do that. There's just a lot of noise on Etsy sometimes with that kind of thing. Anyway, these were some of my favorites I found. I really liked the idea of this one. It's labeled as a boutonniere men's pin. Is this a felted material? Yeah, it's felted, but look at how gorgeous that is on a lapel. It's definitely very abstract and different looking, but I think it's so, so pretty. I really wanted like an enamel or something like that. I don't super love the idea of a felted piece, but I think the craftsmanship on this one is actually so stunning. So I don't know, it's a potential. The price is good, especially for a handmade piece. I'm open to it. There's also these hairpins I found. This one is also like a fabric material. This would be a really sweet gift for somebody maybe who really likes the sound of music, or I don't know. These earrings are cute too. Oh yeah, I really liked this mother of pearl one. This is actually a lily, but this is kind of what I was going for with the Edelweiss, but I wasn't finding it. Oh, I also found this, they call it a felted chrysanthemum brooch. So I guess this is not ostrich feathers. It looks like ostrich feathers though, which is another thing that I was really considering adding to the dress. The only problem is I want to source those ostrich feathers as ethically as possible. So that would probably mean getting them vintage, and it's kind of hard to vet on here. So anyway, this one though is so, so cool. They come in a lot of different colors. Like, look at that. It's kind of ugly. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of ugly, but it's again, like in a very abstract, very cool way. And I feel like it looks like ostrich feathers. It has the same shape and gives the same idea as an ostrich feather brooch, but it's wool. So it's a better option. And $44 I feel like is a really good price. Again, for a handcrafted piece made of glass and wool. Here's an example of what the ostrich feathers look like. And this is what I'm considering getting. This is an ostrich feather trimming with ribbon tape. I love the idea of putting this at the hem of the dress or even at the seamed waistline of a dress. Oh my gosh, look at this one too. I just love how whimsical and so fluttery and gorgeous that would be attached as an accessory to a dress. Oh, I think it's so pretty. Okay, but yeah, down the ostrich feather rabbit hole, I found these dresses. She has a ton of these ostrich feather dresses, and they are so beautiful. Obviously, this is very similar to what I was thinking about for my dress, only these are short, but I saved these because I think they're so good. And $250 for a handmade dress, this beautiful, come on, you would pay that for Reformation easily. This one, so beautiful, like for a bride. I also have a lot of tops. I feel like the perfect fall winter top to me is something that is long sleeve, has an interesting neckline, whether it be a ruffle or like a good square neck or just something that makes me feel really elegant. And then a bodice that is fitted but not skin tight. I found this button up bell sleeve blouse. Now, again, there are a lot of button up blouses on Etsy. This one stood out to me because the neckline is really interesting. It's obviously extremely low cut. This would definitely be more of a going out silhouette for me, like with an exposed little lacy bralette or bra. How cute would that be? The cut of the bodice here, you can see it flares out. And I feel like just has a little bit more ease around the midsection than some of the other tops I was finding that were either very corseted looking or just boxy and oversized. I also really like the ruffle detail at the sleeves. I'm so into that Baroque Marie Antoinette look right now where it's a 3/4 length sleeve with the ruffle out. So I would maybe modify it that way and just have it come up a little bit. Oh, okay. This is kind of a departure from the blouse territory. I've seen a lot of people talk about this pattern and I really want to try it. It's the upcycled baby tee pattern. Basically, you can take any old t-shirt and turn it into the perfect baby tee fit. I think this would be such a good gift for somebody. If you find a t-shirt that has their favorite sport team or their favorite band or I don't know, anything, like you could just peruse the men's section, look for a cool old t-shirt and then turn it into this super cute baby tee fit. Another top I'm loving is this ballerina top pattern. Something about this low scoop neck I'm just loving right now. This is by the same pattern maker as the baby tee. I think the intention here is that you can do this to an existing long sleeve top, which is really cool. I love the little bow detail, the bias taping around the back. I love how simple and elegant the front looks. Okay, this one I've also seen floating around on YouTube. I think I've seen a couple people make it. It's the Celine blouse. It's got this like really puffy sleeve, really trapezed out silhouette. This would also be easily made into a gift because it's just got so much ease to it that if you know someone's general sizing, you could make this. And I think there's so many ways to make this into such a cute holiday top. Ooh, okay, we're going into knitted top territory. It's the Daphne blouse pattern by Friday Knits. It has the big flare sleeve. It has this like really interesting seaming detail at the underbust. I love the design of it. Like look in the back, that design feature there that adds more stretch. This would take me like 10 years to knit. One of the little side quests I had on Etsy was for historical garments of some kind. And that made me come across this listing here, a historical pleated bustier jacket situation. I absolutely love this. Look at these girls. This is what I want to dress like in everyday life. I'm not even joking. Look at how cute they are. They're so fun. I probably would use different materials that didn't make it look so historical and kind of almost Marie Antoinette cosplay-ish. And obviously, I had to go to their shop to see if they had the capri pattern, and they do. This little pleated capri. This is sort of my dream. I think this cut of capri is so good. And this one's from the 1970s. It's sold out because I bought it. This is a physical pattern. It's actually such a simple pattern. I think it's like 3 pieces or something like that. I love this massive keyhole back situation and then the very flared sleeves. Almost looks cape-like, like capelet-like. And then it's a little peplum. It's a tie in the back. But again, I just feel like this is so beautiful for the holidays. Also, making this longer into a dress and like having this be the top of a dress could be really cute. So again, this one sold out because I bought it, but I feel like there's other ones out there, and this is kind of what you could use to type in to look for it. So like open back pattern. There's a lot of really good runs from the 70s that I've seen pop up. Okay, another item I've been looking to either purchase or make myself has been some sort of flouncy, cute, ruffly shorts that I can wear with tights in the winter and ideally carry them into the spring and summer as well. But I really like the idea of doing a tight with them. I found these vintage bloomer shorts. It is a digitized pattern, so these won't run out. It obviously looks like a skirt, which I think is really fun. So it has that sort of like mini skirt look. It has this underlayer to it, and then the ruffle detail, that basque waistline. I thought these would be kind of fun. Honestly, I would just do it in like a black suiting material if I could find it. Next, I want to talk bags. Bags. Don't make fun of the way I say bags. I am not Canadian. I'm not from Minnesota or the Midwest at all. I'm from Washington State. And apparently I say bag weird. I've had multiple comments on it. I apologize if it bothers you. Just bear with me for this section. I recently made the smaller version of this bag by Porsche Patterns. It is a quilted bag. This is a newer pattern she just came out with for a bigger bag. It's more of a tote style. And I just wanted to recommend it because I really enjoyed making the other bag. And I think this one looks incredible. And who doesn't want to have a nice big bag? Ooh, okay. This one I'm really interested in. There's a few different boho style bags like this pattern on Etsy, but this one, it stood out to me. I really liked the seam down the middle. I liked that the fact that they had this in 2 different versions, crossbody style and a shoulder style. I'm typically more of a crossbody person, so I like having that option. I was at Hobby Lobby a couple weeks back getting thread, and I saw this fawn print upholstery fabric available, and it was actually on sale, and I would love to make this bag out of that material. So I think I might have to buy, that'll be my first sewing project that I've bought new fabric for from the fabric store. All of my projects I've done have been from thrifted materials. The rest of these bags are more occasion style bags. I found this one. which I thought was so sweet. You guys know I've been into a drawstring bag in general right now. These little pouch bags I think are so cute. I love this detail of how it just like ruffles out from the edge. It kind of reminds me of a seashell. Here's another little pouch style bag. They call it a bucket, bag bucket. But I love it because it comes with these little rosettes on it. This is made in like a pleather, which this actually reminds me of licorice. It's making me kind of hungry right now. Those look like red vines, those straps. Another little handbag I thought was so interesting. Look at the shape of that handle. It looks fun to wear. It looks cozy to wear and to like hold. The details on it are so interesting and it just looks like it would be so much fun to make. And then last thing I'll show, because I've been actually talking for an hour and a half straight, I'm gonna have to cut this down so much. This coat pattern. It's a vintage pattern, so there's no actual pictures of the people wearing it, which is always a little tricky. I feel like I want to see what it actually looks like, you know. But how cute is this? I love both of these styles. It's like a trapeze style coat with a hood. How cute is that? This one has a little bow at the neckline. If nothing else, even if I can't make this myself, it is really inspiring, something that I want to look for to buy. I love the idea of this as my little winter coat option. Even the flared sleeves, 1974 Betsy Johnson original. You might want to look for. I think it's really fun, especially to look at vintage patterns. I hope this served as good inspiration for you, whether it's things that are trendy adjacent, especially with all of the 70s boho resurgence. Looking into 70s fashion and seeing what patterns and silhouettes they had is really interesting. It's not always what's actually trending right now, but it's kind of trendy adjacent to what we might see come up. Subscribe if you want to. I post videos once a week. You could also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. My handle is right here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.